Yo, what's going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to episode 4 of season 3 of Rogue to High Rated. The last episode, we played Marincess against Sprite. If you guys want to see how that went, check out the video up in the top right hand of the video to see how it played out. This episode, as you guys can already tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are playing a different deck. This is my first time playing Rikka Sunavalon on this series. I've been playing this deck for maybe the past month or so, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Aerosol actually introduced me to this deck back in like May. And you know, I was playing Sword Soul for a little bit, then got into Marincess, but I knew that after playing Marincess, this is the deck that I wanted to get into. And just recently, this deck won the Euros Championship, which is insane. I can only imagine how much time and effort went into the list that was made to win amongst those three guys. I think they won like 40 matches between the three of them. The guy went 18-0-1. Insane record at a tournament like that. Absolutely just mind-boggling record. So huge props to those guys. You know, got to give credit where credit's due and stuff like that. So love to see that. But this list that I'm playing in this video, probably played this match maybe like a week and a half or so, 2 weeks maybe, before the Euro event actually happened. So the list that I'm playing here is the list that was inspired by Aerosol TCG, and the list that my friend Adam helped me put together. Basically like the list leading up to the list that I would play at the VIP of that profile that I posted. That's on the channel as well if you guys want to see that. But with all that being said, let's get into the match here. My opponent is level 100 Crobat with 692 rating to my 440 rating. So still quite a bit low rated here. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. So scissors, rock, scissors. Team Rock getting it done there. So let's see. 53 versus 40. Opening hands, we have Ash, Blossom, Cyber Angel, Ben 10. Main deck, Droll and Lockbird, kind of whack. Preparation of Rites, and Dark Ruler no more. Then we have Imperm, DD Crow, Lone Fire Blossom, DD Crow, and Unexpected Die. So pretty solid opening hand for us here in game one. You just love to see Unexpected Die. You just really love to see it. Yeah, I can tell this is probably the list that I played at the VIP, or very close to it, because it's got the hand traps in it, the Ash, the DD Crow, and the Imperms. I think I was also making Dark Rulers as my only going second cards. Right now, I am trying much like the Euros build, just no hand traps and all board breakers aside from like Imperm. Still testing it, right, to see how I personally like it. But yeah, let's go ahead and see here how this plays out. Obviously, the main deck Droll here, you might think is going to kind of go in. I definitely played this like really wrong. Like I'll explain it, right? And this is one of the reasons why I like doing this series. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Unexpected Die. Summon out the Lokai, obviously, and then we're going to link Lokai into Sunavalon Dryas. Dryas effect to go ahead and search out a Sunvine spell or trap. My opponent is going to go ahead and decide to let that go through. They also could have ashed the Unexpected Die, which, like, always seems bad, but, like, it's only bad until it's really good. I've had some times where people ash this and I don't have something like Gamma to punish remotely. Like, it's not in my main or side. Or I just didn't draw it. Like, in ashing that just, like, sometimes outright hurts, like, if you don't have another starter. Which in this case we did, so it would have been punished quite a bit, but still. Scary card. That's why I was pretty surprised to see no Gamma in the main, but I also understand at the same time. So my opponent is going to droll me, obviously, so I'm like, alright, fair enough, but we still have basically part of our plant combo. So we're going to activate Sowing here. Sowing's going to go ahead and summon the Twin. Chainlink 1 Twin, which will summon back out the Lokai since we control a Sunavalon Link monster, and Dryas effect will trigger since we did take 1000 damage from the Sowing. So we'll gain the 1000 back and then summon a Sunvine monster from the extra deck. So we'll gain it, or we'll lose it, and then we'll gain it back. You know, I do that, you know, in testing, I don't really, you know, go on my calculator, lose 1000, gain 1000, but this is the latter, so I am going to do that. We're going to summon out the Sunvine Thrasher, not use the effect to aimlessly play into a Ghost Ogre, and then we're going to go ahead and link those two links into the Aroma Seraphi Jasmine, and then link off the Twin into Dryas so we can get a Sunavalon Link monster on board, so we can target with our Healer, which takes a plant normal monster, to target the Dryas to go ahead and gain the 300 life points. And normally when we gain the life points, we'd be able to use Jasmine effect to search a plant, but we are under Droll, so we'll just simply gain the life points, not trigger the effect to search. Then we're going to use Jasmine's other effect attributed to plant she points to summon out a plant from the deck. I was going to summon Petal there, you know, to get a body on field, or, you know, summon something else. I'm really not sure what else I would have summoned there, but my opponent decides to ash it. At this point, I'm like, all right, next step is to go ahead and normal summon the Lone Fire Blossom. We'll tribute off the Dryas. And I don't really like tributing. Like, I probably should have tributed the Blossom, but like, because like doing this plays into Imperm Valor, but if they wanted to stop the Lone Fire, regardless, they could have just Impermed or Valored on summons, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I don't know if there's like, if somebody can tell me, I don't know if there's like a benefit to like Lone Fire not tributing itself, like versus like tributing off something like Dryas. I have no idea. So here I summon out Petal, and I always forget that Petal has an effect to either take a Rikka monster and add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. It's like River Stormer. It's like Oviraptor, right? Very versatile cards under things like Droll. So what I should have done is use the Petal here to send a Rikka Princess to the graveyard. I did not do that. It could have also come in handy for level manipulations for the play I'm going to do next. And you'll see that. So I just link off the Petal, which is terrible. I should have used the effect to send. And then I go for Dance Peon. And the reason I went for Dance Peon was like, okay, if I miss, I can still climb into Melius and then into Bengal Answer. And if I don't miss, I can like make a rank 4, which I would have been able to make had I used Petal to send a Princess, because I would have had a level 4 engrave. So we go ahead and use Dance Peon's effect, and we mill a Petal, a Die, and a Genius Loci, which is insane. So I get 2 free bodies back on field. And this play could have been so much better, right? Because in this instance, had I dumped a Princess, I could have summoned this Petal over here, use their effect, targeting the Princess, make Strenna. Strenna can go ahead and add back like a Loci or whatever back to my hand. And then I can go ahead and link into a Bengal Answer with the other card, with the Melius and then Bengal Answer. And I can end on Bengal Answer, Strenna with Princess Engrave, and 3 hand traps. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 interruptions through Astral. Fumbled the bag for sure. We had no way to get to Con or anything else because we are just completely under Droll there, and we can't search with those cards, right? So I just make Melius. Melius brings back the Loci, and then we just go ahead and make Bengal Answer. I could have made like a rank 1 there, I guess, but there's really no reason to do that. The only rank 1 we could have made was like Princess Sprite, but I digress. So my opponent is going to go ahead and draw a Prep Rites for turn. He's going to slam down the Dark Ruler on the table, then activate Preparation of Rites. Go ahead and search a Cyber Angel Natasha. Little does he know I have double DD Crow in hand, and that's going to go in. I go ahead and chain the DD Crow to the Alpha Thubin. Yeah, and then this, for some reason, in weird TCG rulings, make it so it doesn't resolve, because it's not in the graveyard. But either way, we're going to go ahead and see him search another Ben 10 off of the Alpha Thubin, and at this point, like, I see him linking off into an Anima, so at this point I know his hand's, like, not that good. He has to have, like, exactly another name in hand. I know both cards in hand, I think. Yeah, I literally know both cards in hand right now. And he's going for the Relinquish to try to make a play. But I have Imperm for it, and then that's just going to be the game right there. So we're on to a game 2. And my opponent, obviously, is going to go first. Opening hands, we have Called by the Grave, Unexpected Die, Rikka Princess, Impermanence, Rikka Sheet to their Medionis Drytron, Cyber Original Ben 10, Preparation of Rites, Drytron Nova, and Twin Twisters. My opponent is going to go ahead and lead with the Drytron Nova, summoning out the Zeta, and then he's going to go ahead and link into Linkuriboh. And this is how you know a Drytron player opened bad. They had to go Nova into a monster, into Linkuriboh. That's just like how you know they opened up very, very poorly. And probably, yeah, a DD Crow would have ended his entire turn there, which is kind of funny. Yeah, DD Crow on the Zeta would have pretty much ended his entire turn, I want to say. Well, not entirely, because he still would have tributed the Ben 10 as cost, and then he would have gotten a search of Diviner off of that. Diviner sends, but he doesn't have the Zeta on field. Nah, DD Crow still would have done a lot there, I think. But either way, I'm going to let the Herald resolve. I'm holding this Imperm for Medionis, or not Medionis, Mu Beta. Because I think that's going to... If I have one interruption against this deck, it's got to be hitting Mu Beta. And my opponent just kind of, like, hot cheats there. Like, he said it was a misclick, but I don't know how he could confuse these two cards together. Because he literally went into the deck to resolve Prep. But he realized that, oh, shit, forgot to use... Medionis Drytron, so you get the 2 cards back instead of just the 1. So my opponent's going to be pretty slick there and say misclick. I was going to say something about like whatever, it's low rated, I don't really care that much. If it was a real event, I would have said something like, you know, you played prep first. You literally went into your deck. Not letting you take that back, right? So you take the L in that one IRL. But he's going to go ahead and activate Meteonis, tributing off the Zeta to go ahead and summon out the Ben 10. And now he's going to go ahead and prep so we can get the 2 cards off just the 1. So we get Ben 10, get back the Drytron, the Meteonis Drytron. And then he's going to overlay the Diviner and the Ben 10, which this is a level 6 because it did send a level 4. So it does gain those levels, right? Then it's going to go into the old Beatrice. And man, oh man, this is weird seeing Drytron still. I mean, weird. I remember playing this deck. It feels like an eternity ago. And then he's going to go ahead and activate Gamma, pitching a Ben 10 to bring back a friend. And then he's going to go ahead and search off the Ben 10, a copy of Eda 10. And then he's going to go ahead and or actually, it says pass Prio here. So he was probably like checking to see if I had Nibiru. At this point, if I don't do anything here, he's probably like, okay, he doesn't have Nibiru. Because what he's thinking is if I don't Nibiru there, and he goes for Mu Beta, and then I nib on the summon of Mu Beta, right? He still at least gets another name engraved. But like, even if I did Nibiru there, I wouldn't really like necessarily even use Nibiru there, to be totally honest. Like, I would just wait for him to activate Meteonis, then chain Nibiru to that, and then put him on to have a way to ritual summon. That would be kind of really, really impactful. But he goes ahead and uses the Mu Beta, and I go ahead and, you know, hit the thinking button, right? Do I want to hit this? Yes, I absolutely do, because it's going to make it so. And I honestly know he already has Amifactor Pain in hand, which is like a really strong card. It says, if this card is ritual summoned, your opponent skips their next main phase. Negate the effects of face-up Fusion, Synchro, and Ixies monsters while they are on the field. So pretty good. Doesn't stop Bangalancer. Doesn't stop Strenna's Graveyard effect. But it's pretty good. And especially since we lose our battle phase, it's going to make it like kind of hard to deal with this card. So I know that's in hand, and I know it's like 2950, right? So he needs to have at least over 2950 worth of attack. And the Mu Beta is going to be the card that lets him do that, because he can detach both materials. That's 4,000 with attack that can bring out the Amifactor Pain. So by me imperming that, he now only has 2,000 attack points worth of machine to be able to tribute. And he also doesn't get the extra name engraved, so that's going to force him to kind of pivot to make a more awkward play here for him. So he's going to actually go ahead and summon the Mu Beta, or well, not summon the Mu Beta, ritual it off to go for Ida 10, just to get ritual spell back in hand and then make IP, which is kind of strange that he did that and I accidentally hit fast forward. So I'm going to start with Unexpected Die, go for the Loci, and then he's going to go ahead and on the summon of Loci, I'm like, okay, if he goes for the Nightmare Unicorn here, I think I just win outright because I do have another normal summon. He's going to pitch the Ember Factor, bounce that back to the deck, and spoiler, the twin in hand, or the set twin's not going to do anything. Normal summon the Loci, Dryas Effect a Search, and at this point we are basically free to do full plant combo with a Rikka in hand. So this is literally going to be full on Rikka combo. I mean, we'll lose a little hard to the twin, like we'll lose the Con, but it won't be like so entirely bad because we should be able to establish most of our field, especially since we already hard open a sheet and we don't really need glamour in this combo line anyways. And then if he does decide to twin, he loses the Meteonis Drytron, which is huge. And then we put him on top deck of Drytron, but we have Call by the Grave, and my opponent basically just like quits after that. So we do win that match 2-0. There definitely was no way he was coming back from that. Like I said, even if he top decked a name, like it didn't matter. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. The match ended up lasting about 14 minutes and 58 seconds. So pretty short match there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. As always, Winner Kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And like always, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members who are Mango, HGH Cyber, Justin Lamb, Cadillacs 84, and Pony Stark. Thank you guys so much as always for extremely kind and generous support of the channel.